Here to introduce us to the topic of today, embracing imposter syndrome, to authentically show up and lead with confidence, Marianne Maura.
So this topic of imposter syndrome is personal to me, and it's great to see that all of you can identify with something or the other. We all have all those aspects of the imposter. No one can stand here and say they don't have imposter syndrome. So this evening at the Activate Wheeler Network Collective, I would like for us to take a deep dive in how we can lead with authenticity, expressing our true selves, the ability to bring more of the multiplicity of who we are to work. We cannot be authentic leaders if we're allowing ourselves to suffer from imposter syndrome. Let's get the panel started, and it gives me great pleasure to invite on stage Chris Otundo, Gwen Kinisu, and Rekha Kent. Let's give them a big hand. Why should we stop telling women that they have imposter syndrome?
We should stop telling women they have imposter syndrome because it's not about them, it's about the environment. So I was talking a lot about systemic racism, microaggressions, and things that women tend to possibly experience more than men, for example. We should also identify if we do have imposter syndrome, and if we do, how does it manifest, and what can we do about it?
I think being an imposter isn't necessarily for me about saying that you've got this swanky job and you're not ready for it. It's also saying you've got this opportunity but then you tanked it.
From your HR lens, what are some of the things that we women, or people, let me say people can do, let me use the word people, can do to overcome imposter syndrome?
I think you shouldn't overcome it because it's something that's not really going to go away. I think in looking at the leaders of today and of tomorrow, we need to be humble leaders. And a humble leader is someone who's aware that you're not perfect and that you're flawed. And that what is sustainable long term is in you living, loving, asking for help. That's what's sustainable.
Many women in this room are already sitting on the table. How does growing your network help you to be on that table?
I would say number one, clean up how you show up. Yeah? That's in your CV, that's in how you communicate and articulate your strengths, and also understand who your target audience is and what they're looking for. So I think identify where you want to get to, identify who can invite you there, and identify where to find them and what conversations you need to have with them so that they find you valuable to be able to be invited there.
How do we then deal with failure, especially in the workplace?
When a plane needs to change direction, let's say there's a snowstorm and you're going from New York and you're all of a sudden having to go somewhere else. I don't know, but say you've had to change direction and go to San Francisco. The plane takes 0.1 degree turns at a time to get to that destination. Take those little steps, because I think sometimes we just want that big thing and it's overwhelming. Yeah. That's what I say to myself, and it helps.
It's when we accept who we are. It's when we know who we are, self-awareness, that we actually bring the best out of ourselves and being comfortable. Thank you very much and have a good evening.